The problem occurs when I'm teaching physical education, focus on football match. Okay, when I train the students in a school, when I was in a primary school teacher, I saw many problem in a kicking skill. Okay, kicking skill because of no strength at all, the muscle strength. That's why this idea come out for in football game. Movement like kicking, jumping, shooting, and running is most important things. Okay, because with the muscle strength, they can kick fast and distant while playing. Okay, in Malaysia, football team is not what we can tell is not at higher level because of basic training in the primary school not yet give. Okay, I'm straight away going to the research method. Okay, this study conducted as experimental pre and post design. Okay, kicking using footstep with big ball. Big ball, actually, I will show you the pictures later, how we come on with the big ball. And 10 meter sprint run before the intervention. Okay, intervention exercise carried out for 3 weeks. Okay, and one session for 30 minutes every day in the intervention period. And we train the student to let them kick below the waist using footstep. Okay, these are some problem statement. Actually, the kick aspect is important when the gross motor can be developed. If we develop the gross motor, then we can see the development of the kicking skill and running skill, which is we don't aware in the school, especially in the primary school, for the age of 10. According to the research, the proven research, telling that before 10 years old, we must develop the gross motor. Okay? Then student cannot perform because leg muscles are not strong in game that use on leg leap like this, one leg. We already tested. Pupils age 10 must master basic movement skill like throwing, running, kicking, hitting, rolling, jumping. It's a basic, very basic. Even if we see in the teacher training college, it's an adult, they can't even kick the ball. Some of my students, PE students. Because why? They did not develop in the primary school earlier. That's a problem. Ball kick is often not strong and not reach at the targeted place. Especially we can see this problem when the students playing football. They kick whenever they like. They can't focus on the targeted base. Okay? These are the problem. Okay, I saw. Yeah, I go fast. Okay, some research objective determining the level of muscle strength among 10 years old male and female students. Okay. Raise other factors such as body mass index that can affect the individual's kick. Okay, so kicking skill. Analyze the difference in year distance from kicks for pretest scores among 10 years old boys and girls. Comparing the difference in the level of post-test scores among 10 years old boys and girls. These are the research questions. What is the level of muscle strength among 10 years old male and female students? What other factor can affect individuals' kicks? What is the difference of post-test score among 10 years old male and female students? And what is the difference in the distance from the kick to the pre-test score among 10 years old male and female students? This is the importance of the study. Okay, I go first. I'm going to show you how I developed the big ball. Okay. Okay, these are findings. Okay, you can see the pre and post test. Okay, the middle is the intervention, middle of the mean and standard deviation. You can see the difference for male 16.29, after the intervention 18.90, whereas for female 14.89, after the intervention 17.17. Okay. Okay, the conclusion, after the intervention using the big ball, we can see the strength of the muscles. They can kick accordingly. They can pass through the ball to the targeted places. Okay, I show you some pictures that when I'm creating the big ball. Okay, this is papers, old papers, clothes. Okay, old clothes. I use it. This is the final stage as a big ball. I took it to the school. I went to the school to do the intervention. These are my colleagues and my student. The green shirt is my student helping me conducting the intervention at school. Okay, this is a female students. This is the intervention. They do for half an hour per day. Just kicking. It looks simple, but really effective. Okay, it looks simple. People can ask, what is this big ball with kicking? Practice, then you can come out with very good result. Yes, it's a proven. That's why I'm showing here. Okay, it's a, okay. After I collect data, I joined my team. It's all my team, my colleagues. Okay, we took part in innovation competition using this big ball. They are all panels. Those attended. Okay, that's it. Basically, I'm a football player, still playing for my college. That's why the idea came out. Then I can see directly in my naked eyes what the problem in a school, especially in a football team. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
I don't know because we started out in a bit of time. Abidar Rabbani is here at the moment. No. Muhammad Afin Libin Afin Rifin. No. Uma Devi Tanda. Is she here? No. No. Okay. Anyway, so I would like to do this here. I'm giving you the floor so for discussion because we are supposed to have it. Yes. Moment on the floor, and I think it should be more interactive and also dialectical in a sense. So I make a floor open to you. So the question is here at the moment. Okay. Thank you. Please raise the question. Thanks for a good presentation.
I was in the Shalom Stadium and other football tournaments. I was there. And you know, Holger Overman, the German football coach, he was there. He was very close friend to Beckenbauer. And he made many things for the kids. But still, I think the Malaysian football didn't develop that much that we expected. Do you agree with me? What was the reason behind it?
Any other question? Right? Any question? Any other question? I think you want to discuss this, or do you want to take a point one by one? Right?
Yeah, can.
You can take any question.
Can.
Okay, any questions? I want to make it more interactive in any way. So I think you answered him. Okay, yes, please. Yes.
Beginner or for the okay.
Okay. Second question.
Any other question? From you? No. Okay, please go ahead. One question from me.
Okay. First correct question from Doctor. Okay, actually, I agree with your opinion just now. The Malaysian football team cannot go far. Even cannot go for youth football World Cup also. We cannot enter. This year we only enter final. The quarter final is very good for us, for Malaysian team. Actually, okay. Why we cannot achieve that level? Because in Malaysia, actually now it's already become a professional football. Now they look at money, more salary. Like very simple example I can give you. One football player in Malaysia who are represented for Malaysia team, he earning about 110,000 Malaysia ringgit.
Per month?
Yes, a month. No, weekly basis, monthly basis. 110,000. I can name the players, but maybe you don't know. So that's why we couldn't make or achieve very good performance. The second one, like what I mentioned just now, basic training from primary school, we can't see in Malaysia. Some area and some district, yes. Those who are really active in the sports, they do training. They involve themselves in the sports, but not all. Like what Mr. Jamal in the morning mentioned about teaching and learning. Okay, actually I love your presentation just in the morning. This really impressed me. We can't see the teaching and learning method, good method, according to the need of the students. That's a problem. In a football game also like that. We must see the ability of the students, ability of the player, and give the proper training. Then maybe we can achieve. Did I answer your question? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. The second question, actually this is the basic training for the primary school students. Let's say the primary students can achieve or can be developed all the skills in the primary level, definitely in a secondary and upper level, they can produce very good result. What's the problem in Malaysia? They go and select the players in the adult level. They don't see the primary level. They must take the primary level students and keep in the centralized training for a couple of years, then we can see the very good team in the future. That's a problem now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation. And I don't think so there are enough people at the moment. What I see there, listening to Professor today's presentation, I was an athlete when I was a school student. When I was a school student, I was an athlete definitely, and also a sports person. I didn't study physical education, but colleague of mine was telling me that you were in education fail. You talk about you talk about education, but this is a person who presented on physical education. I'm not in a person of physical education, but what we see, we learn everything if you're looking back to the Bangladesh country, because when you were a child, I didn't have that idea. My parents didn't tell me how to kick. Also, neither in a school that happens, but in contemporary world, particularly development country, when you go to the school, they start sports and athlete with the trainers, right? So physical education is an important part of education and learning to create an environment of learning environment. And also, if you look back, I remember that when I landed to Canada, I sent my 2 children to school called FACE. That school combines music, physical exercise, sports, drama, science, and arts. And looking back to that and in listening to him, it's natural in our country, in our context, we all want our children to learn what? Get a certificate and degrees by good result, not combining all other things, music, drama, and also theater, and the lesson learning, and also sports and physicals. Not only that, in Asian countries, some of the discussion in the classroom also is a taboo. When you go to primary school, elementary school, we call elementary school in Canada, if you go to school, they can discuss anything in biological issues, both male and female biological issues in the classroom. But we do not allow in Asian country that has to be accepted, because you see, even you don't discuss the RTI, reproductive tract infection, in our classroom. So we think automatically children are growing up, they learn something else, right? So for example, in a recent time, you look through it, our children are using what? The mobile phone, 2 mobile phones like this. And digitalized, you can look through the internet, but they look through what? Which is not a part of their learning process. Of course, education is a lifelong learning process. You start from the childhood, adolescent and childhood, and then the adulthood, and also these are the process of socialization and interaction. As he mentioned, the sports not only in Malaysia, in our education learning process, socialization process, the sports is not actually, we give more concentration on this perspective. And as he mentioned in the morning today, Dr. Jamal, what he said, even our preschool training program or in our school program, we don't organize a lesson learning or plan or education or psychological issues. That's important. You remember I teach in a tertiary program and a master's program here in Bangladesh. I often see that you don't come with the body, come with the mind and soul and heart for learning, for effective practice. Our children, our learners come to the class with the body, physical body. Mind is there to play their games. What kind of games? They are not reticular trained. And that's very important for socialization process. They also come to the class one. They come to me, what? Say, how can they get a more better grade? Sir, I'm expecting A plus or A minus, not contribution of knowledge. But physical exercise also is a part of learning we don't know yet. So that's very important to look through it. So I said that listening to him it's actually very interesting piece, and we could do it in a school and learning program that could help us a lot. Thank you very much. I think the time is running, but we have only one presenter at the moment. Good news. Good news. Thank you very much. Okay?
6. হ্যালো, একটু বাড়ান তো। হ্যালো, হ্যালো, এখন ঠিক আছে। হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে। ও এটাই হলো বার্তা। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
অন দিছি 1 নম্বর চ্যানেল আর এটা চ্যানেল নম্বর 1 নম্বর উঠানো হয়েছে আর ওটার মধ্যে 2 নম্বর উঠানো
আর হ্যাঁ আর এটার জন্য এই সেটেলটা তাহলে এটা আমি কমে দিছিলাম, একটু ঠিক করে দিচ্ছি।
Yeah. Good afternoon. I think this is our session is from 3 to 4 p.m. And in this session, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 papers will be present. But as I understand that Umme Habiba, he is not present at all. Shanti, he is not present. So our first presenter, I would like to welcome Ghulam Hussain. And his topic is comparison of the status of service quality offered by non-medical personnel or patient satisfaction between public and private tertiary healthcare service in Bangladesh. This is a very important and very, for nowadays, a very progressive and very interesting topic. So I would like to invite Ghulam Hussain to present your paper. Thank you so much. Yes.
The healthcare system in Bangladesh faces many challenges, and one of them is the perceived quality of health services that influence the patient satisfaction. But whether the patient is really getting is your treatment, physical, mentally, and spiritually. divide the parts of the primary sector and the tertiary means the big hospitals where the referred patients are going also. What is patient satisfaction basically? The patient satisfaction is a measure that extent to which a patient is contained with the healthcare which they receive from the health providers. Especially the health provider, they are sensitive. The only the doctors or the clinicians used to use 35 to 10% time. And 50 to 20% time they used to get from the nurses. And most of the time, 70 to 80% time, they are used to get for the non-medical person. Like for this, accounting, school, orders, nurses, etc., are responsible for the total systematic hospitality service, security, and official paperwork related to patients. So patients have to spend 5% time with the non-medical person out of the total of the hospital system. Why is it? What's the basic part of this? Basic part of go in the aspect of marketing, you can see the 7 pieces of the marketing service. What are those? The purpose, product, place, promotion, people, process, physical activity. What this patient satisfaction is needed for the patient's value. The patient's value is second, improve patient retention. That patient is not going to another hospital next time. Less vulnerability to the price war. You know? Now, many hospitals are going this country, the private and the public also, this private price was differs. Minimizing the already. Consistent profitability. Okay. It's not like a profit that's going to make money in it. No one. Acquisition issues also. You know the branding of the hospitals are free space for this increase personal professional satisfaction also. So the research objective of mine is to compare or to discriminate the status of the service quality offered by the non-medical personnel for patient satisfaction in public and private hospitals environment. And the conceptual framework I use the personal gallery and the variable where the independent variables are the variables, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, index. And the dependent variable is not variable, so not as the dependent variable is the patient satisfaction. The specific objective here is to compare the reliability, assurance, tangibility, empathy, and responsiveness of the non-medical personnel in private and public hospitals. And with this next, we have to compare the last one, the level of patient satisfaction in private and public. Methodology that I use sequentially study forward both qualitative and quantitative factors in respect of service quality problems to assess the patient satisfaction through the linear distribution analysis or LD. 50 from the public and 50 from the private. We survey in Dhaka City, all items, psychological assistance, and interested indoor patients who are responding. Data collection, there are some administrative questions obviously concentrating between volume in one public and one private tertiary hospital in Dhaka City, were disseminated with systematic procedure on a 7-point Likert scale ranging from 1 to 4 to fear, and the number 7 is outstanding, 80 from which state. And data analysis collected data were coded in SPSS first, then averaged by Excel software, and finally classified determination was done by SPSS in order to measure the service quality of the non-medical personnel on the basis of the independent variable. The findings I got, you will see you go to the appendix, you will see all the calculators up there, but the basic findings I got here, the group statistics mean and the standard deviation accuracy is less in public than private. The test of equality of group means among all independent variables are valid. Group metrics correlation are above the 90%, so which is highly positive. The log predominates among independent variables, no significant difference is there at all. In test result, no significant values or outliers and no significance is 0. ICBEESS conical correlation is 0.82. In which lambda 0.29 means a discrimination between the two standards of the degree of freedom. 5.7. In structure matrix function, less is more than 84%. In the function of group, surprise, public versus private shows the linear discrimination in the status, the classification function coefficient, discrimination between the service quality, and finally, which I got. See, the finally 100% private hospital group service quality is better than public hospital. And 80% public hospital patients grow the same as the private. Maybe the 12% were lucky, maybe they're driven by some BVI, like ministers, MPs, or other programs. So what is it? The management, what is happening in public? Dependence on political, legislative, and bureaucratic decisions suffer from the diffused accountability with less innovation as well as influenced by the vested personal interest. And on the other hand, private what is happening? The greater reliance on information for decision making planning with flexibility and focus to offer the structures would get a synergy between business and personal interest. In the customer orientation, encourages consistency, limited attention to customers' comfort, and indirect accountability. And what is happening in private? Focus on narrow range of customers with more attention, comfort, accountability for customer satisfaction. In the finance, what is happening? Access to tax revenues with incentives, historic budgetary allocation, limited access to private capital or donation. And on the other side, what is happening? Depending on revenue flows, based on cost and price, resources assigned to profit centers sensitive to cross subsidization, cross shifting, access to capital, markets, or donation. Conclusion and limitation. The empirical findings are independent, evident that private hospitals are able to provide better health care but due to very small number of respondents, responding in only one public and only one private hospital, the whole scenario may not be same all over the country. It may be different place to place. How? Relocation, decentralization of tertiary healthcare service will ensure smart implementation of servable method to improve service for patient satisfaction by feedback, monitoring, and human resource development. Number two, establishment of proper norms and facilities for occupational health and safety, hazards, occupational services rendered by non-medical personnel, public and private owners. The last time I will say, civil servants must go to the public hospitals develop the situation practically, and humanitarian service area must be free from the politics. What is a politics? So, my friends, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ghulam Hussain. It's a very nice presentation, and so we are very clear of what's the differences between the public and the private healthcare services. And I would like to request our participants, if they have any questions, please raise your hand and ask your name, and you can ask any questions. Do you have any questions? Please raise your hand and ask any questions. Okay, now it's time for discussion. In our right hand one discussion and the left hand one discussion. So is there time to ask any questions? Thank you so much.
Okay, sincerely speaking, I'm not like a perfect fit for this session because my research area actually lies in the area of like reporting, financial reporting. Okay, and another thing is I'm not like a quantitative researcher, more of like a qualitative researcher. So my research paradigm is a bit different. But I just want to ask, I have some like, like a very generic observation. First of all, about your title. It seems a bit like clumsy. It's very difficult to understand the motive of the research by reading your title. You might actually simplify it. Okay, for example, just like a proposition. The impact of service quality offered by non-medical professionals on patient satisfaction. Colon, a comparison between private and public healthcare services in Bangladesh. Okay, you can actually break it down. It's too long. Yes, definitely.
Actually, to speak it very truly, my research, this is topic of research, is the role of non-medical personnel for patient satisfaction in tertiary public health hospitals in Bangladesh. But this is one of the part of my research.
Okay. So your actual title of the thesis is more clear. Yeah. Okay. 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 And I have like another observation, like the references that you have actually used for this paper, those are not very updated. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm just trying to focus on this paper now. So even for this paper, the reference list is not up to date. Okay, and reference has like a very, like great implication on your literature review. and subsequently on your like research questions. If you are using 1994 research paper or 2000 research paper, you might not be familiar with like recent research trend. So in that case, you will be asking some like old questions. There's like a very high probability. Okay, so since I'm not an expert in your area, I might not be able to actually tell you whether you're asking the right question, whether it's a, like a even valid research question in this context. Okay, so research, I think your citation needs to be updated. And regarding like sample, how did you select your respondents? Randomly. So you traveled all around like Bangladesh. Only in Dhaka city, okay. So you used Bangladesh. Hmm. 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 Okay. So you have to travel all around like Bangladesh. How you are actually choosing your random sampling? Mm. Mm. Yes. Yeah. No, I can actually understand your problem. Since we are actually working in the academic sector, we can understand your problem. Okay. My concern is in that case, you could have actually employed, like qualitative study. There is no harm in using like qualitative research methods rather than going for like quantitative. And the objective of quantitative research is mainly statistical generalization. Since you are not actually maintaining the properties of like statistical generalization, then what is the point of going for quantitative study? You can do like a very rigorous qualitative study, and I think in that case you have like greater possibility of publishing it, like maybe in international journals.
That's true. And that will be easier for me also.
Yes. Okay, and you know like in PhD or DBA,
Yeah.
we are not worried about the breadth.
Yeah.
We are worried about the depth.
So the depth, yeah.
So if you can actually give us like a depth evidence,
Yeah.
what is going on in the health sector,
Yeah.
I think that would be much more impactful.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And if you, sorry, if your title is in Bangladesh, then you have to go for some limitations. You said that this is your thesis paper and this is the portion of this
Portion of
area.
it, yeah.
So then you have to mention that this is the portion of your thesis.
Yeah.
Otherwise, only 50 sample. That means I have seen it's a 50 plus 50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a very small sample. This is for the quantitative studies. So this is a 50-50. It's not a representative sample for the Bangladesh. Okay. And I have another question, sir. Yeah, he's completely right. If you go for the qualitative studies, then at least you put some quotation from the patients, from both sides, from public and the private, what they're saying. For the qualitative studies, actually, we ask this type of questions, and this is the quotation from that patient.
Yeah.
Okay, and just you said that you went through the ICU, CCU, something like that,
Yeah.
or the general patients in the cabin.
Yeah.
So you have to mention which category of patient you go for that. Okay, there are different because in our country, the public hospitals, private hospitals, we have the CCU patient, we have the ICU patient, we have the general bed, normal bed, lot of. So you have to mention which kind of category, and there are lots of different units in our public hospitals.
No, I wrote in one line, you see, in very in concise way, all adult, psychologically consistent and interested indoor patients who are responding.
Okay.
You know, like for the sake of argument, we can argue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Is
Yeah.
like, first of all, when you are doing a research in healthcare sector,
Yeah.
you need to obtain like ethical consent. Have you
Of course.
obtained?
Yes, yes, of course.
Have they signed
Yeah,
the form?
of course.
Is it possible for the patient to sign the form?
But most of them,
Thumb impression.
Yeah, thumb impression.
Okay.
Especially in the public.
Okay. Again, you know, like from those who have actually asked for like thumb impression, they might be like uneducated.
That's the thing.
Have you briefed them properly?
Before that, I'm telling you another thing. Before the patient, when the director sent to me the person to talk about this, the person I thought who knows everything, he was a ward boy 18 years before. He is matriculated.
I think
Now you tell me what is the situation is.
no. Why I have actually suggested you for like qualitative study? Because you'd be able to tell a more fascinating, interesting story.
Yeah.
Okay. Through like quantitative like questionnaire survey, I might think that that insight will not actually come out.
Yeah.
Sorry. I have one question. Did you go for any piloting? Piloting, we call the pilot study.
Yeah.
How many patients to take?
Actually, for my thesis, I already did 100, more than 100.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you any change in the questionnaire? Do you have any changes in the questionnaire? Because you said that you translated in Bangla language. How many questions do you have in one set of questionnaires?
Actually, basic question is 22 areas. The basic area is 22. RATER, the reliability, assurance, tangibility, empathy, and responsiveness. And these areas have 22 areas. These five have 22 areas. And 22 areas, I put on 22 areas, multiply sometimes 3, multiply sometimes 4, to make them understand easily.
These are all self-developed questionnaire, right?
The first, I self-developed,
Yeah.
then I modified also.
Okay.
After the pilot study.
A 5-point Likert scale.
No, so 7-point Likert.
7-point Likert scale.
Yeah.
So, okay. And you just wrote the analysis and statistical analysis, but just the correlation?
No, I did LDA.
LE. Okay. And the correlation also. As
Yeah,
I remember.
I did.
And the correlation also. But you get the very high positive correlation, it's 90%.
Yeah, that means that the things, the independent variables are very much correlated to the dependable.
And in reference section, did you go for the APA format? Which format did you use for the references?
Actually, in my topic, in my thesis, I'm going for the APA format.
Yeah.
But here is also, I was a little hurried for this thing. So I did very
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Diba. Right, I think most of the questions that have been discussed just now. I just want to see the slide that you put 25% and 75%. 25 and 75. Yeah, the earlier. No, earlier slide just now.
This one?
No, I think the fourth slide. Yeah, it's 75 and 25. Where do you get this figure from?
Actually, when we took the data from the different patients, suppose how many minutes the doctor is giving you time. Somebody said 5 minutes, somebody said 10 minutes, somebody said 15 minutes, like this. And how much time you are getting from the nurses? Somebody said half an hour, somebody said,
So this is just by
yeah,
interview and then by just,
yeah.
so, because
So
your
it's on average, I found that is that supporting staff is giving around 75% time to the patients.
yeah, I know. See, the whole research is based on this, I guess, because that is the one that you're talking about now. You are telling that the non-medical staffs are spending like less time, and see, so the basic research idea that came to you, I feel that you don't have a proper evidence to start your research. You know, like what you're saying now, you just speak to them and then you're coming up with an average 25, 75. So I normally would feel that you should have a stronger evidence before you start the research by some other research, some other journals or what, where people have said this thing. You see? Yeah, but yours, you're just coming up with some your own estimations and all those things. You know, that is where from the beginning I found that okay, that the purpose of the research and the reliability and the validity of the research runs, because the conclusion for this purpose is not there. I find that you shouldn't have done this.
So actually, you want to mean that in the questionnaire, I have to ask the timing also to make it valid. The timing also.
You must have a proper proof of this 75 and 25.
Exactly.
Because that is quite a good. That's the evidence, So I don't know how you can come up with that figure 25 and 75, and then you start your research based on this. So I would definitely say that you must have some proof, some academical proof. Not by you. This is just you are saying. You are saying.
So I have to put some reference also here.
Reference, yeah. Somehow you have to go some studies that people have said this, not directly on this. Some other things, some other service, and all those things. Okay, and well, I'm from Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is a common problem that we face everywhere. Every country. Okay, and the other thing is, like as earlier they said, because you have broken up your thesis into a few research, and then you come and present here. So that's why it goes to one hospital, one private hospital and one public hospital. That the whole thing makes the reliability and validity again. It's not that it looks like a case study. It's like a case study. Okay, and then okay, now actually, what is your objective from these findings? What actually you are?
Actually, my basic objective is in this country especially, the many research has been done on the doctors, on the nurses, but nobody did anything on the supporting staffs. Even we don't have the proper occupational health and safety standard for them. So that is why they're politicizing, the ruining of the health sector, basically. To speak very frankly, in every government hospital, if you go, you have to put some money, bribe, or very influential telephone from the political sources, then you will get the good treatment. Or not the public, you have to spend a lot of money. Because these people do not have their basic life standard life also.
Okay,
They sometimes become smaller, sometimes become thieves. Like this also even in the hospital.
Yeah, okay, can I see the conceptual framework, the dependent and the independent variable? Yeah, the slide, the conceptual framework. Slide 7, I think, 7. Yeah, okay. See, this because here you have got 5 independent variables.
Yeah.
Okay, but as you see, the whole thing is about private and public. See? So that's where the financial part comes in. definitely we know who's going to private and who's going to public hospitals. You see, so don't you think there could be some other variables that could have intervened the whole thing? You know, like gender. You see, female patients would have said something, male patient would say something else.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course, definitely, as I said, it's a problem in the whole world. You see,
Yeah.
so those who go only selected people will go to the private hospitals and the public. So we know who are the one who goes to public. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think that variables you should also look into it. You know, the environment of the hospitals and all those things. And then okay, so they suggested it could be a qualitative study, but I would suggest it can also be a mixed method, qualitative and quantitative. You know, that to support your the whole findings. Yeah. Okay. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a few citations. You must go for the literature review and limitations also, and the implications. What will be the implications of this study? So thanks again. Thank you, Mr. Ghulam Rasool. We would like to congratulate you. Ghulam Hussain, I'm sorry. So I would like to congratulate you. So hope it will be a very better studies. You have to be a little bit more corrections and some corrections.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So our next presenter, I think he is absent, Choin Kung Lang. On behalf of him, I would like to request our discussant, Professor Dr. Gunasekaran Karumpanan, Center for Graduate Studies, University of Selangor. I would like to request on behalf of Choin Kung Lang. And the topic is teachers' readiness, knowledge, and attitudes level towards inclusive.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, this Cheong Kung Leong is my PhD student, so he can't make it in the last minute. And he also did not send this PowerPoint, but I exactly know what is he doing, so I can just talk about the scenario in Malaysia. Okay, if you look at the topic, it is teachers' readiness, okay, and knowledge and attitude towards inclusive education. This is a topic on special education. Special education, okay, about the children with this hearing impairment, blind, okay, autistic, and then dyslexia and all this, okay. And I personally want to present because our moderator, Prof. Diba, is also on the same field, okay. So what happens in Malaysia is all these we have got government schools, primary and secondary, and in Malaysia we have got a program. It's called the integration program. I do not know how is it in Bangladesh. So in Malaysia, what we do is in the normal schools, in primary schools, say if they have classes, so we will have at least 2 or 3 classes just for these special students. Okay, that means the special students will also enter the same compound, school compound, but they will go into these special classes. So depending on the numbers, so normally we have around 3 to 4 classes, and we limit the number of students in each class. For normal classes, it can go up to 30 to 40 students in a class. But this for special children, we only limit maximum 8 students only in one class. And so, as what happens in other countries, I think in Malaysia also we're having the same problem. And then because we mix the students, that means in one out of the 8 students, it can be dyslexia, it can be autistic, can be Down syndrome, and other ADHDs, and then all this will be under the 8 groups. And they might be in different age level categories, but of course, in primary school, in Malaysia is until up to 12 years old. Then they go into secondary. So when this group, when they go into secondary, they will also go into the special education programs. Where in secondary schools also we have these same types of schools. So this study was about the inclusion program. Inclusive program is it is normal schools. We have got 3 or 4 classes of these special education students. Then the special education teachers will identify the students. If they feel that the student is good, that he can go along with the normal classes. So the special education teachers will recommend to the normal class teachers that we want to put this particular student into the normal class. So this special education student who is eligible to go into the normal class, so according to the timetable, he will be leaving the special class to the normal class with the normal students for only selected subjects, not all the subjects. So if it is mathematics, then so he will go to the mathematics class, the normal class, and then he will come back to the special class. Then if it is English, so we will send according to the exam subjects. So by right, as we know, this inclusion program, we should have a resource teacher. So in Malaysia, we do have a resource teacher too, okay, who will be helping this inclusive program students. Okay, so that means this inclusive program maybe might not have many. So in the whole program, the whole school, there might be 30 special education students. So in the inclusive program, there might be only 3 or 4. Okay, so this study was to study on the readiness of the normal teacher in the class. So now we have put one special education student in the normal class, which is going to be taught by the normal teacher. Normally, they are taught by the special teachers, okay, who have experience, who have got trainings on how to handle special education students. Normal teacher, sorry. So now the study is, are the teachers prepared into the class or not? Okay, so we do have this problem. Okay, so of course we must go with the permission of the principal of the school. The principal will allow, then the student goes into. Then what happens is, so according to the study, if I'm not mistaken, okay, there was a lot of problems because the normal teacher, especially, they are not prepared. They don't even know what is special education. So if it is an autistic child, okay, then we know how he behaves. So if he does anything, then the normal teacher, okay, they can't handle, they can't even advise. And at the same time, the students in the class also not prepared to receive the student. And at the same time, the student, he himself also, okay, is kind of shocked because he's always in a 8th class student, and then now he's in 30 students in a class. So this is where makes the inclusion program is not really happening. Okay, it's not really happening in Malaysia. Okay, so end of the day, even though the teachers, the special education teachers try their best to have more of this inclusion program, they send the students to the normal class, but end of the day, after 2-3 months, the teachers will send them back to the special education classes because they are not ready, they're not prepared to accept that. Okay, so this is the whole study was that the conclusion was the Malaysian teachers, normal teachers, they're actually not ready to accept the special education students into the inclusive program. Okay, so I think that's enough. Okay, so if you have any questions about the special education programs in Malaysia, right, you can ask me. I can always explain. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's a very interesting topic. Basically, this is my topic. So I would like to invite Dr. Rizal Kabi to have any questions.
He doesn't have the paper by any questions.
He's also a discussant. So then I will ask questions.
Sincerely speaking, since we don't have any slides or we don't have any idea about the research project, so I cannot actually make any comment, but the background story is really very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think for any kind of like research, there should be like a background story like this. Okay. With your background story, you need to actually tell the audience like what you want to actually find out through your research. So there's like a lot of, I think we can actually learn many things from his narration, how to actually sell your story. And this is particularly more relevant for the PhD students who are sitting here. So thank you so much for your time and for your presentation.
Thank you. Do you have, from the participants, do you have any questions? No?
Yeah, it's something like partial inclusion. Yeah. Partial inclusion means, I mean, it's not all the subjects. They don't have to attend all the subjects. You know, that could be the
partial inclusion.
Yeah.
And for different types of retardedness, such as visual disability, mental retardedness, hearing disability, all type of special learner are seated in the same classroom?
See, I think even in other countries in Malaysia, for the hearing impairment and for blind students, they follow the normal curriculum. Okay, from the first day in the school, they follow the normal curriculum as the normal students. They don't follow the special education curriculum because there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the eyesight and the hearing only. So by brain, they are normal. So that means they follow the normal curriculums and they sit for the normal exams or government exams as the other students.
Last question. What type of tools and techniques generally applied in Malaysia for the assessment?
Second, what is it?
How do you assess, like, by written test, by interview? How do you assess the learning level of the retarded students?
Okay. As I said just now, okay, even only for the blind and the deaf, they have they sit for the normal exams, government exams, and all those things. But for the others, okay, who have the mental problems, okay, like the normal groups, so they don't really sit for the government exams. So what we do nowadays is we go on more on vocational. Okay, so even during in schools, even in schools when they are 11 years old, 12 years old, we send them out to factories, say like even KFC, McDonald's, to train them to work there. So we are not expecting them to have any government certificates for them to get a job or anything. But from the beginning, we train them more on technical works. Yeah.
The student has cerebral palsy. Student has cerebral palsy problem.
Yeah.
Then he or she cannot write by hand properly. So under these circumstances, which technique do you apply to evaluate the learning level of the students?
You see, this study is on special education. See, we have got two groups. This whole study is talking about government schools. We only in Malaysia, those who can go to government schools are only who can handle themselves. That means you're able to wear your shirt on your own. You're able to go to toilet on your own. You should be able to eat on your own. So even though they are mentally retarded, but they must be able to do all this. Otherwise, then we don't accept them into government schools. So cerebral palsy and more physical impairments, they don't go into government schools. So we have got another different school. So that is actually taken care under the different Ministry of Welfare. So what under this section, what I'm talking about is those under the Ministry of Education. So we don't have the cerebral palsy in the government schools because we know their problem. So they can write.
What is the man's challenge? I mean, pressure with all these problems. The main challenge maybe in the opponent.
Yeah, as I said just now, okay. Even of course, all the parents they don't want their child to go into these special classes. All the parents they want their child to go into normal classes. Okay. So the challenge, as I said just now, is readiness. Okay, it's readiness. I mean, the normal teachers they don't have the knowledge. Okay, and then they are not really prepared to accept these special child into their classes. Okay, so that's the big challenge in the country now. Okay, I think if you take developed countries like US and all those things, I don't think they have these. Okay, they are really going into inclusive. Okay, they want everyone to go into the inclusive program. Ours is also inclusive, but inclusive in the environment. I mean, the special students are also attending the school where the normal students are there, so they get along. We are not into the teaching side.
Okay, I think I would like to conclude this session, and I would like to thank Dr. Karupanna. Basically, the same thing is happening in our country also. Those who are severely disabled, we cannot go for the normal school because we need the special schools for them, and it's only to those who are mild and moderate category, they can come from this inclusion. Otherwise, it's beyond impossible. Those who are the severe category, they come in the normal school. So in our country, those who are mild, those who are visually impaired, physically challenged, that is okay. But those who are severe or intellectual disability, it's very impossible to inclusion that. So inclusion means not that's academic. It's an inclusion for socialization, some vocational skills, just to delivering skills, just to include because education for all, we said all the children should come in that under the education. So this is the difference, actually, inclusion. And what did you say, Jay? You have a special school besides your normal schools. So when they want 2-3 classes or 2-3 hours, they go for the special school and then come to the normal school to mix up to all the children. So there are lots of debates in inclusion and special education. So I would like to congratulate students again. So thank you so much.
Yeah, okay.
We have some announcement. So, tea time. Asha, what is the announcement? Oh, sorry. This announcement for the participants that tea will be provided on 16 hours, 16:30 at the Jalsha 3rd floor Hotel Serena. I think already we left the time, maybe. Now it's a tea time. And after that, the next panel session on investment will be held. Sorry, this one. Sorry, I think. Sorry. The next panel session on peace and conflict will be held on 16:30 to 18 hours at the Jalsha Hall, 3rd floor Hotel Serena. Thank you very much. Thank you all. And I would like to invite all of you the tea. It's a Jalsha 3rd floor Hotel Serena. Thank you all.